Good morning, this is Tom Manson with Police Technical. Today I want to go over an officer-involved shooting template that we have created and we utilize in a lot of our training classes throughout the United States. What you're looking at is an OIS template which can be used by several different groups inside law enforcement. This is an actual template that we created for North Las Vegas PD in middle 2014 for an OIS that happened in July. What we want to look at though is really what this interface does and how it serves law enforcement. Before we start though, let me show you a current example. This is what a lot of agencies do even now. When they're doing an officer-involved shooting incident, if they're doing a briefing, whether it's for internal or external use, they'll often come into PowerPoint, they'll put in maybe a map and a location, in maybe some suspect information, possibly the officer information, in a very linear slide-by-slide type of presentation. And you can go forward and you can go backwards in these and see how this works. But this is really not what Police Technical trains agencies to do. It's not what we utilize in court, and it's really not what we recommend. What we want to see is something like this. This is an interface that's also built in PowerPoint, but it provides great case management. You can see from this interface, going from the left-hand column going down, that there's an introduction, there's an overview, there's access to officer reports, crime scene photography, coroner's reports. Virtually everything that is going to be involved in an OIS investigation is in this document, and we can see some of this if we click on the thing. If we click on this timeline icon, as soon as we click on it, this brings us up to a timeline, and this is one aspect of driving a case. Instead of having a slide-by-slide presentation, we use this timeline on a regular basis, which allows us to put the entire segment of time or the entire case in totality on one slide, and then we can drive through that step by step by step, sometimes minute by minute, to show what actually happened. We can step out of this with a single click and we're back to this interface. With this interface, not only are we putting all the information up there at once, but it gives the investigator or it gives a district attorney instant access to all of this information. If you want to see more material, we can go over to the media coverage. This is an actual case from July 18 in North Las Vegas, and you see some of the information here. We like to add chunks of information from the media, from the public, into an OIS so we can provide some context for this later on, so we have space in here for this. We can step out of this and taking a look at some of the other information: witness reports, audio reports, video locations. If we click on the video link, this opens up another interface that allows us to take a look at the videos from the scene. So if we want to drill directly into those, this is a video that was created using Google Streets View. So we can come in and see this video. We can see the actual the moment of inception and location of where this failed traffic stop occurred. Of course, this is in the evening and it's a little bit darker than this, but it gives people a good idea in court what this looked like, or gives the public a good idea what the officers were looking at when this incident occurred that eventually precipitated the officer-involved shooting. But this is a video, and with one click we can step out of this as well. So if we want to come back to this interface, we want to drill into a video of the actual shooting location itself. This is the actual intersection in which the OIS occurred, and we can drill into this video and also watch it as well. This interface, this is only showing a couple of videos from the scene, but it could put in-car videos, it could put body-worn cameras as well from this one location. But with one click, we can step back out of the videos and back into this interface. Some other things that we do that we recommend when we're working with agencies, specifically district attorneys, we know that this is going to have some public perspective. This is going to be released publicly at some point, and if we look at this, we like to include material such as an agency's OIS policy over here on the right. We also like to see an OIS policy timeline or process timeline where an agency can actually show the public, look, this is what our policy is and this is what we do. And if we click into this and drill into this, this is an OIS incident timeline. This is not the actual incident itself, but this is the agency's incident timeline in which they're going to respond. And we think these things are really valuable when we're communicating to different stakeholders in this environment. This is showing when the incident occurred. It's a deadly force, vehicular, maybe in custody death. Within 72 hours, as I click down onto this link, we can see there will be a presentation from command staff also also involvement with the district attorneys. After that presentation, we then have an ongoing investigation. And this ongoing investigation is kind of open-ended, but it's important that people see where this is and what the process is. Eventually that will lead to a conclusion, and the conclusion is going to be a submission of a case file. There'll be an internal affairs deadly force review board in this location. Also the district attorney of this location will provide some type of closure to this. The district attorney will then get this information, and typically within 6 months to a year, they're going to release or submit their own opinion. This is a timeline, but it's in PowerPoint, but it's not just slide by slide. This is dynamic, so we can go back to any one of these moments in time with a single click and see exactly what we want to show someone and answer questions about this process in a public forum. If we step out of this again, some other things that we've added to this, besides the basic officer-involved shooting material, are contacts. We know that material like this is going to be FOIA accessible, and we want to be able to provide contacts for the agencies, contacts for the different entities that are involved, as well as process for whichever agencies are involved in this. This is a quick example and a quick overview of what Police Technical does when we work with an agency to provide PowerPoint and case management training, in this case specifically around officer-involved shooting. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope to do work with your agency.